GSL.
Welcome to GSL Code S. We got Moonglade and Artosis here. Maybe we'll have Tasteless back for a guest cast in the future. I don't know.
Maybe.
We're talking about it.
We'll think about that. We'll
He's
get
going
back
to have to pay us a lot of money if he
Yeah.
wants to get him back on here. We had our first match. TY kind of crushed Hero.
Yeah.
Hero definitely the huge underdog of this group.
Kind of expected, to be honest, but
Yeah.
we were hoping for good things from
Yeah,
Hero.
no, I mean, I would love nothing more for him to like hit his stride as a top world player again. Like, he's a very fun player to watch when he's on. Tonight he's not on, though, unfortunately.
Well, he's the player he's going to be facing is either going to be ByuL or Maru as well, so he might have a very quick day here today.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be beating either of those guys, especially after losing to TY, I guess the third weakest of the group.
Yeah, I would say against Maru the chances would be like almost nil.
Oh, negative 100%.
Yeah, whereas I feel like the other, I feel like he can inject some volatility against a ByuL that may be tired, especially if he loses to Maru.
If he, yeah.
Maybe.
Quite possibly,
maybe,
quite
maybe.
possibly. We'll see where ByuL is at when this game gets underway.
I mean, I really don't think he will. I'm just saying I think that's the best chance.
There's always danger there, right? Like, Zergs can get cheesed out pretty easily if they're a little bit off.
Yeah,
We've seen it recently as well. It can happen.
Moonglade knows all about that.
Too much. Way too much.
Yeah. But here we are, and it is Maru against ByuL. I gotta ask you because I haven't gotten to catch up on all the games yet. That's my next week is going to be literally just VODs. But could we see Maru now? Obviously, this guy is like the greatest bio Terran ever. But is there any possibility we could see him mix in some mech here against ByuL? Because I feel like do Zergs know yet with the change to Swarm Host exactly how to play against mech well? And also on top of that, ByuL might be tired, and playing against mech is tiring.
That is true.
So is there any possibility, do you think?
There is, especially because Maru's been mixing it in recently. Surprisingly, he's been throwing a lot more mech the way of
That is
Zergs.
surprising, actually.
It's very surprising, and it's very unexpected, and he even did it against ByuL. ByuL, though, last week did kind of punish him hard for it.
Okay.
And Maru, he looked a little bit unexperienced going mech as it is. Like, he kind of just died to a Muta Rush one game.
Oh, okay.
And died to, like, a Muta into Roach at a time in another game. He's probably amazing at it when it gets going, but
Yeah.
he's still got a few holes to fill in.
Yeah.
He might want to try it against ByuL today, considering where ByuL is at. Look at him, he looks so tired.
Yeah, I would imagine. Like, the amount it spends you to win a group as ridiculous as the group that he played last night.
Yeah.
Like, that group was insane.
It doesn't get harder than that.
No, it doesn't. That's like three of the best Zergs. The three, not exactly the three. I guess Dark is better than Sue right now.
Two
But
of the three
it's
best
like,
Zergs,
yeah. And Sue is like not a pushover still. He's still very, very good.
Still so dangerous.
Yeah.
And then you got Trap to boot, which is also a very dangerous
Trap is a
Protoss.
great Protoss.
In this current meta, especially, you
Yeah.
know, when things are still getting figured out with the Swarm Host kind of removed from the game, essentially. It's very sort of messy right now. We are going to start things off on Deadwing, so we could very well see mech game one.
All right, I would love to see it. Some people do call it the most cost-efficient unit set in the game. All right, guys, we're going into our first game here on Deadwing. In the bottom left, the best Terran in the world.
G-Air Green Wings Maru.
And here's the thing, though. Even the innovation fans are like, okay, yeah, Maru's the best right now. But there are Flash fans out there that disagree.
Flash fans. Let's not get into them. Top left, we do have the Zerg player.
CJN2's ByuL.
Top 2 Zerg in the world. I'm kind of debating if he's better than Life yet. He did beat Life yesterday.
He did. He did. People, overall pros are still giving Life the respect.
I would do the same.
Yeah, I
Life
think
simply has won too much to deny him.
It's funny because there was a period, I think it was early last season of GSL, so that would be like very early January, where I was saying I thought Dark was a better player than Life at that moment.
Right.
And I mean, I don't think I was necessarily wrong, but it's like the same thing as trying to say that ByuL is better than Life right now. It's like, well, Life has like the accomplishments and like he hasn't done anything to disprove this. It's just looking at the way they actually play the game at this moment. There is something there where you could argue ByuL, right?
Yes. The thing is, I think it comes down to consistency more than anything else, which is what kind of happened to Dark. He looked fantastic. He looked on top of the world for, you know, a month or a few weeks at least, and then he kind of really plummeted. He just seemed to go into a kind of a mega slump. He just kept losing and losing, and then we're like, oh.
Yeah, he had a bad 2 weeks,
He really disappointed a lot of people then because we had high hopes for him, especially all the
Still
fans.
do, to be honest.
Yeah, man, he's still doing great. He got to the grand finals of Casper Cup.
Yeah.
That's huge. That is really cool, and he beat Live 3-0 to get there.
Yeah. That's really big, and I mean, CJ Hero is the best PvZer in the world, so to lose to him, you know, that's
To go 7 games?
seriously, and especially off the back of a patch like that, where you know one of the main weapons against Protoss has been changed. So
it does make a big difference, and he's a great Zerg. So really, the top 3 Zergs, when you think about it, Life, ByuL, Dark, they kind of fluctuate now and then. All doing fantastic.
I have a question that I really want to get your input on before this game really warms up.
Go for it.
I think everyone agrees that right now those are the 3 best Zergs. In your opinion, what are 4, 5, 6? And you don't have to give an order. Just give me a set of 3 Zergs that are 4, 5, 6.
4, 5, and 6 for Zergs. Ooh.
4 through 6.
4 through 6.
You don't have to order them. It's okay.
Well, definitely Sue.
Yep.
I'm going to put Sue there.
I'm like, correct.
Sue, Rogue, and the last one, I might even go as far to say Lucira.
Lucira, okay, because I was like, okay, totally Sue, totally, why is my brain just shutting off in the middle of a conversation? This is so weird. The other guy you said totally him. Lucira, though. Rogue, yes. Oh, God. We were just talking about Rogue so much today, too. Anyways, I was like totally in my brain. I was like, okay, yeah, definitely these 2. But the other one I'm having a hard time
It's kind of a hard one.
It down.
Yeah, because Lucira, he has done a lot of work, especially in Pro League. He's really carrying for his team. But then you've got other great players that can do well, like Lenok, but not as much. And then,
which depresses me because like 2 months ago, he was godly. He was top 2 or 3 Zerg.
Especially his ZVP. It was amazing how good his that matchup was for him. He was doing so well at the start of Pro League.
Yeah. But and you know, I'm kind of sad because like for instance, Solky, I think if he hadn't left SK, maybe he'd still be in the talk. But when he's not playing Pro League and stuff, and he's like, I don't know.
He's just not on a Casper team, so he doesn't have that that hardcore training schedule. He's definitely in there. He could actually be number 6. It would be between like Lucira and him.
That's probably who I would have said, but I would have said it with a
it's such an iffy sort of thing because they do have success. Maybe it is Solky actually because he did pretty good in Casper Cup as well recently. I was like, yeah, you're pretty good still. We still get to see you as much because you aren't on that Casper team. But damn it, I wish you were.
I know. Well, something kind of interesting to talk about here. This is a very quick layer here from ByuL. Are we going to see a Muta Rush here?
We most likely will. He's going for that very quick. He's not mining from one of his gases in the main base. But it looks like he is saving that Spire, yep. So we do see this build quite often these days. And funnily enough, Solky is the one that popularized this one a few months ago now. He was going for this 2-base, very quick Muter. Kind of helps you get a quick Baneling Nest as well. Shut down any sort of Hellbat timings, and you go into quick sort of map control with Mutalisks. And you can really punish some of these builds like fast 3 CCs. You don't have like no anti-air, and if it catches you off guard, they're just not going to have any answer for it. Even Mech.
Yeah, it's pretty. If you hit it really sharply against Mech, I feel like it can do a lot because it's like they're basically trying to get a Thor out to help out and get up a couple turrets, but they have like 1 Marine or something. But ooh, that's
nice around with those slowlings. That doesn't normally happen.
Seriously. And looks like he will be able to see what's going on. I think he kind of expected this anyways, so the hidden Spire wasn't that big a deal to get scouted.
Not too much of a big deal. He's got to be careful of these drones, though. Oh, he did just see it as well. Few drones going to go down. Not the end of the world. It's going to be up to Maru to really put down the defense. He's already got the engineering bay. He's got to throw down a couple of tarts, maybe 3, 1 in the production.
Yeah, and because of the build order he chose here, and the fact that he got, a very quick 3rd CC, he's gotten quite a quick double engineering bay. If these mutas don't do some damage, what does ByuL actually have to do to win this game in these vertical spots? It feels like it's really...
It gets a little trickier, because he's going to be behind in upgrades. And essentially, he's behind in economy for some time now.
Yeah.
But, the mutas are going to really delay that 3rd CC from landing anytime soon. And he could pick off SCVs here and there, and he takes the map control as well. So he's got like all the time in the world to spread creep to the middle of the map and kind of go for that 4th base pretty safely as well. It's always going to be easier for him to defend these, I guess, on this map because you got those 4 bases kind of clustered together in a corner. Makes it a little bit easier, but the scary thing is going to be that parade push is going to come in the mid game, especially when it gets to 2-2. Then it gets a little bit uglier.
To be honest, I'm like just sitting here watching the upgrade time because...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there we go. He just starts. Okay, so we are going to have 103 seconds in between upgrades. That is like a long time, and of course as he gets 2-2 that takes longer, so that'll go down a little bit, but he's still going to have like a minute of 2-2 against 1-1. That's pretty sick.
He's really going to need this creep spread to be legendary to kind of like compensate for it. Like
legendary,
I think is the word.
He's going to need some... Let's see, who are the great creep spreaders of our time? Like, some Hey Pro.
Hey Pro spread? Was he a legendary creep spreader?
Super early on.
There's one Zerg player that used to, one Korean Zerg player, it was like a year or 2 ago. I forget his name exactly.
Like, July Zerg with his 2 tumors?
No. Oh, what is his name? Seal.
Oh, yeah.
That guy.
Oh.
Look at this. We're seeing the Muter and Ling sort of timing here. Before too many Marines are out, but there is Stim. Ooh, not finding too much. Not going to stop that 3rd base.
That was pretty aggressive how quickly he took that 3rd, huh? Like he actually traded quite a bit to be able to land this at this time.
He did. He really did. But he gets it up just the same. And look at this. We did see a lot of drone cutting from ByuL to go for that attack. Something kind of, I think, life-inspired recently. He did this against Dream in the Casper Cup, where he literally killed Dream with Ling and Muta. No banelings whatsoever, just jumping on top of the production. Winning it that way, and it was such a cool style and so aggressive, but it's just a little too late at this point.
Well, right now, a lot of Mutas out here. He's trying to push up and take out some of this creep. Kills a lot of tumors right there. Takes out 1 or 2 queens there also.
Yeah, cannot afford that. Ooh, Link's looking for a counterattack with these Mutas. This could make something happen. Oh, it's too many Marines.
Yep.
Oh, not gonna happen.
That is the story of this build, man. He powered up with that much later 3rd base from ByuL. Kind of hard to keep up in that unit count. He's getting baneling speed, though. That's going to be done pretty quick, and his creep spread's looking all right.
Yeah, it's not looking too bad. It should be able to defend that 4th pretty easily, but these Lings are kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Well, if he gets a flank off with those, that'd be pretty sick, but this is powerful, man.
This is just a perfect move right now. This is actually the move that you would want to make because everything's out in the map. Everything is so committed to counterattacking and keeping the Terran busy that a quad drop into the main, there's nothing here to stop it.
Yeah, this is a pretty big deal going down. We have a lot of Lings up here. The Mutas are going to have to come back if he wants to have any chance on holding this off. And, well, the banelings actually...
a little bit.
Not quite enough, though.
Mutas won't be able to stop this either. He's going to have to wait for everything else to come back.
Yeah, he bruised everything up pretty well there, but with these Lings coming in, he will be able to chase this out.
He won't be able to kill them, though, because Marines are going to come out and there's plenty of them.
Well, I'm surprised he didn't actually engage on those. No, he does move back, choosing to be a little bit more defensive, keep that Mutalist count very high, doesn't want to trade any of them whatsoever.
Yeah, probably doesn't want to trade anything just yet. He wants to, he needs like a lot of Mutas to deal with this kind of medivac count. 8 medivacs here. That is a ridiculous amount. You can just trade ByuL with Lings and Mutas all day long.
Well, we are now in that time, Moonglade, where it is 2-2, and we are a long ways off. We're 90 seconds off on the carapace and even longer on the attack here for the Lings, so that could be tough.
This is when Maru wants to be hitting, and here we go. Nice spreads.
The Widowmine's actually a little bit late there, not really getting any good connections whatsoever.
Doesn't even matter is the next question, because look at that ByuL spreading, and so many medivacs remain. They can just tank the Mutas.
Yeah, he has so many Marines coming up right now, and the Mutalists are just starting to fall.
They must be so bruised at this point.
Yeah.
And the follow-up, the parade push is just not going to stop from here.
No, this is that moment where it is so tough, and being 2 upgrades behind is no laughing matter. That is, that's what happens, man. If you go for something like quick Muta and your opponent pushes into that 3rd base, gets his E-base so quickly, and you don't do any damage, that's the downside to a build like this.
Yeah, he's always fighting from behind. And now the creep spread completely destroyed, and the 4th base is still empty. He needs to drone this up if he wants to try and maintain any sort of economic advantage. and build up enough units to kind of overwhelm the parade push and cut it off.
Right now we do have Maru coming back up. Wants to see if he can push in here. Some nice micros running backwards here with these Marines.
Oh, whoa, those Widowmine hits were perfect. Only 2 Baneleys left over. And it's just going to be about splitting up here. Great trading.
Wow, really nice splits. More Widowmines marching up as well. +2 carapace is done here for ByuL. He's going to have that +2 attack, but I don't think that... Does he actually have enough to make this?
Oh, not if the Widowmines hit. Oh, he might be waiting to recharge a few seconds more. And now a Thor is being added in as well. And Maru can do this for days. His 4th is up and saturated at this point. And still, you know, the 4th base is empty.
Yeah.
Looks like he's main outing stuff now, but it's just so late.
ByuL having a hard time. Well, I mean, these trades are going worse and worse for ByuL, I feel. He's not actually breaking back. He's not able to push any more creep. The creep is going to continually recede.
Those Widowmines are just going to keep resetting as well. And now Maru has the supply lead as well, not to mention +3. Must be half done at this point.
Yeah, it's over half done on that attack at least. Well, he is making a lot of Lings and Banes. Maybe he can get a couple good good trades here.
Look at that spread already. And now Thor's going to be tanking the mutas for quite some time while everything else gets wiped out. Nice pickup.
Oh man, that Thor, and he gives up from that. That was a beautiful save on the Thor.
Yep, that's it. I can't do anything against that. And pretty unlucky positions for ByuL at the very least, but also the build order just didn't go his way.
No, it certainly did not. And the fact that he did end up seeing that Spire, that gave him the information he needed to get his turrets up in time. He was really, really safe about it. And, you know, the thing is, if I look at the map and the positions as ByuL, I might look at that and say, okay, he's been mixing in mech lately. This is the perfect opportunity for him to go mech against me, which I feel like that build might be a little bit better against.
Yeah, that would be a pretty good style, especially against mech in that kind of conditions. It also gives you the opportunity to go for very quick roaches with speed as a follow-up to try and kill them early enough. But not going to be the case. ByuL probably just hoping that he would try mech again against him.
Not the case.
I don't think Maru's going to make that mistake again.
No, I think that Maru is pretty on top of things here. I'm looking at him to win this group today. After that game, I'm like, oh, okay, you know what you're doing. You're looking fresh enough and strong enough right now. Looks like our next map going to be merry-go-round.
Okay.
What are your thoughts about what ByuL needs to do here? Can be a tough map in this matchup.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see similar build orders from, especially from ByuL. Kind of try and take the map early with mutas and go into a later third base. It can be hard to just take a third on this map because it's so far away, and like Kelly and Banshee, for instance, just make it so much harder.
Well, we'll see if that's a style Maru wants to go for. I would imagine so. Can be a very fun map if Zerg can actually end up holding that fort.
That's the next question right there. The fourth base is so vulnerable on that high ground.
Well, that kind of points back, as you said, to what we just saw from ByuL. He may want to go for something like Quick Muta to make the fourth come at a different time, where it's a different circumstance that he's battling for it under.
That's right.
See, the map is loading up, guys. Whoever wins this does have to face off against TY for that first spot in the round of 16. And yeah, so let's go. Here we go. Game number 2. Maru against ByuL.
That took a while out too.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about, but this guy.
Gene Air Green Wings Maru.
There you go.
And in the top right, the Zerg player.
CJN2's ByuL.
Got out of his group yesterday, defeating Life and Trap.
Yeah. Really quite strong play. Of course, today, really he's got to rely on the other matchup that he didn't have to rely on the night before, making it even harder in some ways.
Yeah.
I guess he doesn't get scouted for it, but I mean...
That's at the very least, he doesn't get scouted for it.
Yeah.
And it is kind of the matchup that he's so used to being like a sniper for in Pro League as well. And he has even dealt with Maru, even on this map in Pro League. So he can do it. It's just about finding the right build order and playing that macro game a little bit smarter. These positions to start with, a little bit trickier as well. You know, look at the third base he has to take. He's going to have to take that middle base to try and keep it away from the Terran as much as possible. So it is kind of in the middle of the map, much more exposed than if you could get a side sort of expansion. Already not the best sort of place to be.
Yeah, I do like, by the way, the fact that he scouts that middle watchtower. Maru definitely someone not opposed to going proxy barracks. And ByuL knowing that if Maru goes proxy barracks, you're probably going to die to proxy barracks if you don't see it.
Especially if it's Maru's proxy barracks.
Yeah.
Because that guy has just done it so much in the past with so much success.
Yeah, I heard his micro's all right, too.
Not too bad. Not
Yeah.
too bad. About a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. All right.
Yeah.
Good to know. He's going to open up with that Reaper, though. And I think I would not be surprised at all if he goes into Hellion Banshee as a follow-up.
Yeah, I think that's so strong in this map.
Yeah.
Just because the creep spread is so much harder to get out there, going down that ramp and then trying to get it near a third base. Just so much harder if you're dealing with like Reaper Hellion Banshee on the map.
Is there any chance that ByuL would maybe mix this up, maybe go for like some sort of crazy element, maybe a Roach Bane or something like that, something old school?
It could do. I'm trying to think of the last time I saw ByuL be that aggressive. He has done, you know, Roach timings before, and he did go for a pretty early gas this time. Not a gas before pull, but, you know, just a little bit earlier than normal.
I mean, I think he's actually probably more likely to go for something such as the quick Spire, but
I think so.
I think that mixing in every now and then, like a very old cheesy type of play, especially after that first game and how that looked, like maybe throw Maru off. This is a tough map anyways. If you're going to go to a macro game against Maru here, where are you going to take your fourth and how are you going to hold it? That's my question.
Yeah, well, it's going to have to be that high ground down to the south, and like that is just so hard to hold unless you have like magnificent sort of creep spread throughout the middle, covering that high ground as well. It's very, very messy.
We see a lot of fourth bases go down here. And I think Maru's like
1 HP.
Wow.
Damn.
Maru definitely one of the best at this. Factory coming right up. I think it's happening.
Yeah, we are going to see Marines come out. You know, we could even see like a Hellbat timing from this.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, you know, get enough Marines out, and then you just switch it with Hellions, get an early armory, march on up, and maybe try and end the game.
It does start that starport, it looks like.
Very early starport.
Yeah. In the meantime, just droning up is ByuL. See when he wants to take that third base. I think it's going to be pretty soon here.
No tech lab on that barracks either, so I don't think it's going to be a Banshee.
No.
I think maybe we'll even see a Hellion drop or something like that. No,
Could be quite nice.
Yeah, could be a Hellion drop, or we see an armory soon. And maybe some.
The army should have gone down already, right?
Yeah, it should have gone down already. Just not enough gas. There we go.
All right. Roach Warren.
He may have made the right choice this time. He did go for that pretty quick third base, as we can see. He's going to have a hard time holding with just Lings alone, so I do like the addition of Roaches. He can go Roaches until he can afford to go Mutas, with a saturated third base, play the macro game from there. I doubt we're going to see an all-in from this, or any really real aggression. Just kind of deflecting.
I don't think so. It would be kind of weird to see that at this point, but I mean, I guess he does have two geysers. He could mix it up a little bit in that regard.
Ooh. If you get a couple of Hellions at this point, it'd really soften this attack that's coming his way. 6 Marines. And we must have about 3 to 5 Hellions right now.
10 Roaches actually being made. That is quite a few Roaches for defense, isn't it?
Yeah, we could actually just see him move across the map.
Yeah.
He might have identified the fact that ByuL was committing to Marine Hellion at this point. Be like, huh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to make 10 Roaches and a bunch of Speedlings. That's going to be pretty tough to hold.
Baneliness is a follow-up as well. This one's 2 gas.
Does look like it'll be Roach Bane. I mean, I can't blame him for doing it.
Good call.
Yeah. It's a good build on this map. That wall in for Terran is pretty darn big, pretty easy to bust through.
Yeah.
So
he's got to be so careful of this, though. You know, a Hellion drop to the main could cause a lot of problems.
Well, looks like at least he's keeping the Roaches home. I think he has a decent idea of what's going on at this point. Well, maybe he doesn't. I mean, I don't see him adding any bunkers or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't think he saw the Baneling Nest either.
Yeah.
If he saw the Baneling Nest, he'd really give it away.
He's only showing 5 Roaches right now. Actually, let me take a look. Where? Oh, they're actually already
They're kind of just waiting.
Where are they?
There we go.
Oh, there they are.
10
okay.
Banes. Be on the way.
All right, he's making the bunkers now.
Yeah, he knows what's up.
But how many units does he have to put in the bunkers? He owns 7 Marines at the moment. At least a siege tank is on the way.
Oh, but the Hellions actually find the Banelings. No, they're not going to do much there. This is going to be pretty ugly. ByuL looking to close this one out pretty quick.
Indeed he is, and he is going to close this one out pretty quickly, it
Oh,
looks like.
that tank there with
God.
that hit on the Banelings. You know, he's not out of it just yet. This tank's in such a good position.
That is a hero siege tank right there. He did not kill nearly as much as I was expecting off the bat.
He's going to get into a little bit of a better position there. And there we go. It's going to be at the top of the ramp now. But that is kind of exposed to roaches if they want to try and go up.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he has anything to spot that anywhere nearby, unfortunately, or that could even be a pickoff from low ground. But is still trying to pick off as many SCVs as he can. I feel kind of bad for him. There's like so many deep red SCVs in the main base.
Yeah,
like,
they took a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But still, they did pretty decent SCV damage. But it is 3 CC after all. He can come back from this pretty quickly.
Yeah, that actually brought him down to 39 SCVs at the end of this against 50-plus drones. The one thing I really like from ByuL is this quick double Evo follow-up. He's dealt some damage. Why not get those upgrades going? And he's going to be pretty much on parity as far as upgrades go. Slightly quicker attack from Terran, but yeah, it's not as bad as it could be.
A very good position to be in. The creep spread as well, you know, it's already making its way towards the middle of the map. It's connected all bases at this point. And he's got his economy way ahead. He's in a great place, and he has such a powerful follow-up. I'm really liking his position in this one. But Maru is by far not out of it. He's still making a comeback. I guess he didn't really take that much economic damage when you think about it. He's still got enough to saturate both bases and 3 mules. And he's even confident enough to land his 3rd CC.
Yeah. Once again, Maru being pretty aggressive about getting that 3rd CC out at a time that some people might look at as slightly questionable. A time where maybe they can be punished a little bit, but
I guess when you've got siege tanks like this in a position for that 3rd base in the middle, easy to cover, and you know you're only up against Ling Roach like this, it's going to be a lot easier than if you're facing a ByuL attack.
In fact, the layer is just now finishing, so there's not even a possibility of Roach speed here. So there's no Baneling speed. It's like, can Speedlings do anything right now? Not really? Okay, I should be all right.
Not really. They might be a little bit better when they get the carapace and take 2 shots from a tank instead of 1. No bunker down at the 3rd base, though, so he can just run in, sack his links, try and kill all the SCVs, and get out.
Meantime, this 4th base, that would be really painful if he got that there. That's not how you want to lose it, but it looks like he is going to go ahead and attack here with these Zerglings. The Roach is coming forward as well, trying to tank.
I don't know about this.
Yeah, it doesn't really get anything.
No, I got a tank for it, maybe a couple of SCVs.
2 Hellions went down, like maybe a Marine or 2, but overall that didn't really do that much.
Well, supply's not even that different at this point as well. Maru's just made such a good sort of comeback. And though ByuL is saving for a lot of mutas when that Spire finishes, that's going to be a while. Pretty big bank at this point.
Seriously, that could be a nice switch that might catch him a little bit off guard there. And in fact, he is adding a 2nd factory now, which he's definitely going to need. His Widow Mine production is very far behind.
He's already making the turrets, so he's expecting this muta switch. It has to be coming sooner or later. I don't think he's scouted the Spire just yet, so he's just doing it just in case. Well, keeping pretty on par with the upgrades as well.
Yeah, still harassing this 4th base quite a bit. Not able to do anything yet. Really, you want an actual push through the center so you can use your medevacs to really harass if the units are in the wrong spot, but can't quite do that yet. He definitely needs a little bit more. I think right around 2-2 is when we're going to see Maru really start to try and push.
Yeah, that's probably when we're going to see more of a presence on the map. Start actually working back this creep. It's getting a little overwhelming. It's past the midway now. He's got to start working on it. He's got to get up there and start scanning and removing them, or it's going to be so hard in this mid to late game to even try and be on the map.
Well, we do have 3 medevacs coming out right now, right over all those creep tumors. I think you probably saw that drop coming.
Oh, I think so, especially with the Queen wailing away at him as well. He's just going to let it go, though. He knows he has such a window because it was simply Ling Roche for the longest time. Like, medivacs rule the skies.
Now, look at that. He actually pulls all the units over towards those 3 medevacs and then tries to harass here again. He's got that hatchery down somehow through single medevac drops to half health.
Wow. There we go, starting to...
17 mutas. Oh, that's you're right. He banked quite a bit.
Yeah, he did bank a lot, actually. I didn't know it was going to be that many.
It's normally, the first time you see mutas, normally it's not 17.
It's usually 8.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I got to be a little careful. But 17, it's like, well, I better be careful of a base trade with these bad boys.
Seriously, he is about to have those all out. 2-2 is about to finish right now as well. Of course, 2-2 for Maru as well. This is going to be a lot more scary now. He has to be really careful about this. The muta's going to go ahead, fly into the main base here of Maru.
Decent turrets there. He should be repairing that second one and shouldn't go down, but it does.
Yeah, he was a little bit slow on that. I think he was really looking at his push over here at the 4th base, as we see.
Yeah, he's actually going to commit a lot to this push. Very smartly bringing the tanks with him, though. It's going to make this high ground push so much harder to deal with. And the mutas actually might have to come back if he wants to defend, but as I say that, look at his Lings get in somehow.
It is that base trade type of scenario that you were talking about before, Moonglade, and ByuL is keeping a really high supply throughout this. That queen it felt like that queen just disappeared.
This drop in the main base is also going to be dangerous to reduce some Banes. If they get a connection, he wipes it out, and his base trade just becomes in his favor.
That looks like he will pick up for now. Gonna go ahead and continue to clear. Keeps that hatchery alive, though. He's not really mining from the 4th. In the meantime, he's on top of the barracks, and that's really how you win base trades against Terran.
Yeah, if you're on top of the barracks, there's nothing the Terran can do. Their units are so fragile when they come out in single file, but they're all together, they're so much stronger. It's the one way that you can checkmate a Terran player.
Yeah. If you get into that position, man, like right now he's chasing your king around with a rook, but you got 3 queens in his back file right now. Which of course is going to make for a quick checkmate.
Absolutely. That's what you got to look out for. Well, he does get rid of that 4th base.
All right.
So, and he's kind of dealt with all the production buildings that was in the main base, but very smartly of Maru, he did remake him around the 3rd. So the economy is still a little too crippled, I think, at this point, especially with this.
One of the numbers I want to point out is the fact that there are way more Banelings than there are Marines. And when that happens, a lot of the times, especially when there's like over 20 mutas in the sky, near 30 mutas coming up, it probably won't turn out well for Terran.
Well, when there's a Baneling for every Marine, things just get a little silly.
How good is your splitting then? I don't care how good it is then.
You better be hoping you're a bot or something. GG. You know those bots that they're automated to split, like unless you're.
I thought you were an innovation fan for a second there. Okay.
No, actually.
No, seriously though, that was well done by ByuL. That 17 muta switch, the Baneling Roach was very nice. Maru did a good job coming back, but really great play there by ByuL.
Yeah, ByuL looking so tired right now.
He's got the bags under his eyes.
Yeah.
And guys, we all get makeup before we go on TV. That means his bags were very baggy.
Oh, they were deep. Yeah. They were deep bags. Yeah, that was horrible.
These were like 35-liter bags, man. It's like what you go to the grocery store with those bags.
You fill them up. But still looking fantastic. And he got through one of the tougher maps. 3rd map?
Yeah.
We're going to find out in just a sec. I can't remember exactly what it is.
No, it's, okay, King Sejong Station.
Oh, nice.
Nice finisher.
Nice finisher. Now, we did see Maru try for mech on this map last time these guys played as well.
Ooh.
ByuL crushed his face. Because he did go for last 2 base muta, and Maru was none the wiser until the mutas were on top of his SCVs.
Yeah, that sucks when that happens. Got to have those turrets coming out at exactly the right moment.
All right, this is going to determine who goes up against TY in the winners. I'm sure TY does not want to play against either of these players.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair assessment. Pretty sure. By the way, it looks like ByuL has a more comfortable chair than Maru.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
Favoritism at GSL hashtag.
I don't know about this. We don't get that in the Star League.
All right, guys. This is going to be a good one. This match already being very, very nice.
It's going to get even better. Nice macro map to finish it off.
Yeah, I love this map. My favorite map ever in StarCraft II.
I like that, yeah.
What's your favorite map ever? Think about it as I introduce this game. King Sejong Station, map number 3 between Maru and ByuL. Down here in the bottom right of King Sejong Station, losing that last game.
Gene Air Green Wings, Maru.
You know what?
Yeah.
As we see this cheese begin, I can't think of my favorite map. I knew I had a map before, but Damn it, I can't think of it right now. I do like...
Jungle Basin.
Up here in the top left.
CJN2's ByuL.
Delta Quadrant.
Delta
Let's
Quadrant.
be real here, man.
Oh my God.
Fantastic map.
Oh, that map.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, never ever. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, I do like, you know, when I first saw Viney Research Station, I loved it. I was like,
I really like the map.
I think it's one of the best new maps we have. That's for sure. Like,
out of the new pool of maps, it's definitely my favorite.
yeah. Oh,
To watch on and to play.
This is gonna fail.
That's a pretty big deal to scout that.
Yeah, this is actually a game-winning deal. If he turns the Overlord around in just a second, lets it happen, he's like so far ahead. Puts down a pool, gets a gas, has Lings and a Queen out ready for the Reaper. Oh,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do from there?
Bad news, and he doesn't let him see that he sees it too. Very well done.
Very smart. I remember I beat Bomber on ladder with this not too long ago, actually.
Oh, you scouted the racks, and you're like,
I let it happen, then I went for a 14-14 and just crushed him.
Eat dirt, Bomber.
Oh, dropping names.
Like, oh, but dirt doesn't taste good. You're like, oh, too bad.
Enjoy.
Tell Moonblade fed it to you.
What other maps are there? I'm trying to think of other maps that I used to love. Being a Zerg player, obviously, I have a little bit of bias when it comes to the best maps in the game, but
Sure.
I do love King Sejong Station.
Yeah.
It's one of the best.
Maybe like a Belshire. What was the name of that snow map? That was like a pretty good Zerg map, right?
Belshire Vestige?
No, it was Belshire Beach.
Belshire Beach?
Yeah, Belshire Vestige I don't think was that good for Zerg. It was kind of thin.
It wasn't too bad. I didn't play on it that much, actually.
Belshire Vestige? That map was like around forever. That was like an overgrowth type.
Oh, well, I must have been thinking of a different map. You sure Belshire Beach wasn't the one where it's like the GSL map where it's on the beach and stuff?
Yeah, that's no. That was a different beach. That was God, what was that?
Was it like Busan Beach or something?
It was one of the beaches in Busan.
Yeah.
Guangali.
Ah, okay. Huh.
Anyways, it's all right if you don't have a favorite map. You don't have to. You love all the maps equally. That's wonderful.
Sure, let's go with that. Reaper hasn't found too much yet. Obviously, with that early scout, it shouldn't find any, really.
Oh, a little bit of a mismove with those Lings for a second, but yeah, he's really holding off quite well, as it should be. We'll see what Maru can make of this, though. He's the type of player that might be able to finagle his way into not being behind.
Finagle,
too far.
That's a good word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really see any gas just yet, which I think is one of the problems going, gasless against Reaper like this. The Reapers can comfortably build up, and they're not going to die. They're not going to die unless a critical mistake happens. And this can happen. You can pick apart the Zerglings, you can do damage to the Queens, go away and regenerate. Nothing's going to catch you.
I love this. I love this. Oh,
that is so smart.
That is awesome. He knew they were waiting, so very, very good move there with that third Reaper.
And it's going to be that 3 Reaper. Oh,
Maru, unacceptable.
Yeah, looks like he was microing the other 2. One of them almost died. And I guess he kept him busy for a while. He traded with a lot of Lings. Didn't really find any economic damage there, which is the big problem.
Yeah. Well, we all know what happens after you proxy and your opponent isn't dead. You make 2 command centers. That is literally 99% of the time.
Yep, that's how you do it. And when they're going gasless like this, you have all the time in the world. Like, you don't have to worry about a massive counterattack happening anytime soon with Speedlings. You can build it on the low ground, even.
The only thing I can think about ByuL not getting a gas at all against this, because I totally agree with you, because it, like, not only do you crush the Reapers, but the Terran has to play much more defensively because you could be doing anything. It's going to be very hard for them to figure that out. But, like, the only thing I can look at and kind of go towards ByuL's favor with that is, like, he looks at this, he's like, oh, no, I'm, like, the best Zerg in the world. I'm actually going to crush you because I found this. Yeah. Even, like, he wants to get into that macro game and just be like, well, I have too many units. What are you going to do?
Well, he does have that very healthy worker lead. But I think, adding a gas earlier on, it's going to apply pressure to Maru to not go for a third CC. It's going to be, I got to get my gas earlier. I got to get Hellions on the map so I can stop the Lings from containing me and even threatening my natural. I think that's a big part to play in it, and it's definitely a much stronger follow-up. But, he's going to be greedy. He's going to go for
ByuL chooses what he chooses.
Well, ByuL is the better player after all. He knows what he's doing.
I don't know. Bomber went out first place in his group the other day, and ByuL hasn't done that yet, so
That's
we don't.
true.
Well, I guess he actually, the day after Bomber, he went out first place in his group. That was harder than Bomber's group. So.
That's actually much more true.
But
yeah.
I mean,
well, we can only wait and see. He is actually adding that Roach Warren as well. So he's going to get Roaches out again. Maybe go for that. Oh, actually going to go for +1 range. So you're going to stay on Roaches for a little longer than I thought maybe.
that's interesting. All right, I'm actually very excited about this.
Yeah.
Like, he wants to go for some sort of macro roach play, and I think that this has to point towards why he didn't get the speed quickly, right?
That must be it.
This
He's playing a ZVZ right now.
Oh my God!
He blocked, you know, he made that choke so nothing could get through. Queens are blocking, 2 queens specifically, and he's going for 1-1 with speed.
Wow.
He's like, you know what? Because I'm probably not going to play, I'm definitely not going to play ZVZ in this group. Do what I can.
He showed such great ZVZ last night that, I mean, this makes a lot of sense.
Like, hey, if I can beat Life with this style, I think I can beat anyone from any race.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, actually, Bro Movement Roach is not bad against Protoss, so...
That's true. That is true.
I'm excited, though. Is he going to stay just Roach? Do you think there's any chance he mixes in some Hydras?
I think he will have to, especially because we are seeing a tank come out. We're going to see that transition from maybe Roach Hydra into Viper, unless he simply decides to abandon the IG and go into Link, and then later mutas after that once he's got a third up.
All right. Other than that, maybe some chance that he just goes for like a timing attack trying to bust through.
I think that's the initial plan.
Yeah.
Go for this 1-1 Roach speed timing attack, try and kill him or at least get rid of the economy in the natural, and then transition from there. And it's just about the transition that I want to know. It's going to be either into Hydra, Viper, or it's going to be into Link Muta.
Well, with that 1-1 going to be finishing up pretty soon, and wow, the Hellions find out that, in fact, he could be in a lot of trouble.
1 tank is there already, and 2 Marauders coming out at a time.
Yeah, he actually has like 4 Marauders right now, so that's pretty good.
Not too bad. First bunker, though, was completely empty. Not a good start.
Yeah, pulls all those SCVs back to just buffer, and in fact, the Roaches do have to back up. Good defense there by Maru.
Yeah, good read. It's going to make things a lot easier, and we saw so much Roach production up until this point as well, so he's got so many at home. Maybe he's going to look for another attack. He's got so much more coming across the map.
A lot of drones being made during this. Going to go ahead and saturate that third base ASAP while pressuring with the Roaches. At least this really slows Maru down. You got to be very careful about when you move out against this.
Okay, so it is going to be Spire and Link follow-up from this. Should see a ByuL Nest come down sometime soon as well. And he's just going to go into that normal macro game. He didn't find the damage he want, but at least he can contain. Definitely stop that third base from getting down anytime soon.
Yeah, it's pretty scary, but Maru, for the 3rd game in a row, kind of landing the 3rd CC a little bit before some Terrans would, but, I mean, I don't think he can he actually land that CC right now?
No, I don't think so. Not until he's got a few more Marauders and Stim ready, maybe the upgrades as well. Stim just finished, but the count is just not there, and maybe he wants some more medivacs as well.
Oh, looks like he is going to attempt to have this landed. Might see the Roaches rotate through.
Here we go. Might want to try from a different angle because he keeps trying to go into like the tank range.
Yeah, I would imagine he would attack from the bottom instead. I guess, you know, that gives a nice little area for Maru to micro above the CC and kind of use that as a buffer too. But
try and bait them into the tank range from there.
Well, looks like he is going to get on the offensive here. He is about to have 1-1, which is going to be pretty nice.
The next threat is going to be those drops. It's going to happen for a while until the mutas are out in the map. We do see 8 building now, but this double drop going to be looking for the 3rd base.
Yeah, the Roach is actually out sitting in the natural. If he goes over to that 3rd base, oh god, he's going the wrong way if you look at that mini-map.
Oh, this is going to do so much damage. He's going to even get a hatchery.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he thinks that units are probably closer, so goes after those drones first. I think he still gets it anyway.
I think he still gets the hatchery.
Oh, that's huge.
This is way too much.
Wow.
This should never have happened. He's going to try and get out of here with these medivacs.
That's incredibly painful. You know what's even more painful? If you look at the mini-map, like he barely dodged those medivacs being seen, didn't he?
Yeah.
There were overlords above and creep below. Like,
yeah.
He threaded the needle to get in there.
He really did. He dodged everything to get there. Such a well-executed drop. And it was like the tiniest window too. Mutas were coming out. There was enough Roach Ling on the ground to deflect it if they were in position for it as well. But he gets the 3rd base, and that is such a lead at this point in the game.
Well, This is a tough one. What? Well, that's a lot of Marauders, man. Oh my God, that's a lot of Marauders.
The only thing that's really lacking here is the anti-air. If those Marines get picked off from Roaches or Banelings, or even like bad Widowmine hits, the Mutas will clean everything else up.
Well, he does have 4 Widow Mines underneath. Let's see. Loads up a couple medevacs, so he's not going to push too hard in this area, I guess. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Big hit.
Oh, wow, yeah, that bruised every Muta.
Yeah, that was a big hit. He was not expecting it to be there. Doesn't have an Overseer with his army.
That's pretty painful. He's going to have Baneling speed pretty soon here, which is important.
Yeah, he needs that. That badly.
I love this by Maru. Look at this. He loaded up the 2 medevacs, stayed a little bit, and then backed up when he figured the medevacs are going to be spotted. So really nice moves, not leaving any army out to be picked off, because that's how ByuL could get right back in if he starts crushing pieces of the army. Yeah,
if he starts cleaning up a big chunk of the army, he will definitely find even room for a counterattack. But he's going to get this hatchery once again.
Oh, man, and as units rotate up to defend that, he does go ahead and attack this 4th base location once again.
Big stream of ByuL this time, and there is some dangerous Widow Mines waiting. 6 of them, actually.
Well, he does have that Baneling speed, but the creep spread over here just not enough for him to get a favorable engagement. Does rush in with all these Zerglings, and actually getting on top of the Marauders now, so it looks like he will clean up this attack and hold on to that base at least.
Yeah, for now he cleans up. Doesn't clean up the Widow Mines though, so they have time to reset. There's about 5 of them there, I think. Even going to go into the minerals.
I love it.
Yeah, why not?
Well, it looks like he's decided he's got to push now. He's at 3 base against, 3 base. He cannot stay this way. Pushing forward right now, bring the Mutas down as well.
Oh, he's going to get that bunker, and that's a lot of Roaches left over. Might want to try and rebuild that wall. He's got to defend this 3rd base as well.
Well, some of the production and depots are here. If you kill that, it'd be nice, but actually goes into a little choke. Maru comes down, starts microing against that. Kiting back right now. Speedbane's trying to come up, but we do have some Widow Mines.
Gets the Banelings at the very least. The army's kind of getting whittled. Look at
Ouch.
that. Oh. Rip Lave at the very end.
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
Look at this. This is actually quite nice. He's really hurting the economy here, too. This is becoming a very scrappy game.
Thor's out. It's going to help out. Yeah, getting rid of 23 SCVs at that 3rd base.
Yeah, not bad. Can he actually engage this, though? It's a little bit scary. Those 2 Widow Mines could have some good hits.
That spread is ridiculous right now. I don't know if he can get into this concave. Thor remains alive. He's just getting whittled down. GG.
All right.
Wow. Maru.
Yeah, that was well done. Very nice game. I feel like the real turning point there was Maru really sneaking the medevacs in, killing that 3rd base, because he didn't have to lose that 3rd base. If his Roaches were a little bit closer, like, he just didn't see it, so he lost his 3rd.
He could have even split his army up, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
He had enough Roach length to split his army over 2 bases, to defend the 3rd and 4th base, defend the creep even, and yeah, he kind of just kept everything around the 4th, and then it just went down for free. And you cannot afford that in that time of the game. You have to have everything up, especially after like failing a Roach timing like that.
Yeah, it was. That was well done by Maru, though. Seriously, like, that wasn't luck. Like, he knew where all the Overlords probably would be in the creep, and like, he really tried his best to go in there undetected and do some damage. And that was a game-winning drop right there, man.
Yeah, that threading the needle, as you said, just really magnificent.
It checkmated him.
It checkmated him, Ro32. Well said. Exactly, man. In terms of the chess players out there, it checkmated him.
Yeah.
Yep. It's when the,
those of you who like chess
and
getting into StarCraft, the new age chess, the modern version of chess.
Tastes likes to call it the chess on crack, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except it's even crazier and even harder than that.
Even harder than that.
Yeah. It's like chess plus Go plus tennis and golf all put together.
Tennis and golf.
Yeah.
I like that, actually.
Yeah, this game
there's some waiting and some thinking behind it as well.
Yeah. You got to work on your stroke and your serves, and there's all sorts of. This is the hardest game in the world, guys. Is what I'm trying to say. By far. But yeah, that was a nice series. So we are going to be going into Maru going up against TY. What do you think about this match?
A nice TVT. I think Maru is kind of flawlessly favored to win this one, but
yeah,
TY wasn't looking too bad in his matches. The nice warm-up games
true.
against Liquid Hero.
The thing is that like he did lose in the round of 8 to MMA 03.
Yeah.
MMA was looking great, but I don't know. We'll see. We're going to go ahead to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, our TvT.
한지원 선수 빌드를 준비를 했네요. 상대방 쪽 황금 멀티에 부하장을 늘려주면서 초반에 끝내려는 생각을 갖고 있습니다.
주력병력 자, 역장으로
아래쪽에 근데 병력이 더 많아요.
역장은 좋은데 이게 소모전이 되면 최영호 선수가 좋지가 않아요.
그렇습니다.
암흑기사까지 가면서 거신을 아예 찍지를 않았는데 지금 가스가 부족해서 부산사를 찍어주고 있거든요.
먼저 들어가고 그걸 보고 한지원 선수가 당황해서 이런 교전이 나오면 좋은 건데 오히려 한지원 선수가 싸움을 먼저 걸었어요.
이렇게 싸움을 해주면서
괜찮습니다.
한번 뚫어버리면 경기 끝나니까요.
이렇게 흔들어주는 것 자체는 좋지만 정면으로 들어오는 병력을 막을 수가 없기 때문에 첫 경기는 한지원 선수가 가져가겠네요.
하드라로 밀어붙이고 있습니다.
이건
지금 남병력이 추적자 몇 개밖에 없어요.
이건 진짜 최원 선수가 빠른 그 전진 풍광을 확장을 보고 난 이후에 정말
GG. 오다가 녹아요.
거의 프로토스의 병력은 없는 거나 마찬가지입니다.
오히려 역장이 또 저그를 위한 역장이 됐어요. 전선사는 달라붙지 못하고 히드라리스크는 뒤에서 딜을 넣어줄 수 있거든요.
저 위에서 지금 역장
불멸자가 그냥 사라지죠.
한지원이 잡는 것 같은데요.
자, 위에 이제 불멸차가 좀 위에 내려오다 정리가 되고
불사조도 거의 참새급이고요.
저
불사조.
뚝 꺼내면 돼요.
정말 세대했네요.
선영 순식간에 지워졌죠.
공업포획기도 그냥 떨어집니다.
그렇죠. 그냥 이제 공업포획이 약간 큰 새예요.
네,
지지.
뚫리면 게임 끝납니다.
뚫어버려.
이거 뚫릴 것 같은데요.
동시에 3개 터져요.
뚫렸어요.
열렸어요.
열렸어요.
들어가는데요.
근데 이거
자, 건물로 심시티.
건물 심시 좋아요.
맹도치 하나 딱 있었어요.
하나가 터지면서 입구 열어버렸습니다. 들어가는데요. 와, 안 좋아.
이제 가면 언제 나요?
이거 맹도치.
맹도치 한 마리 또 대박 나거든요.
나와요.
막을 게 없어요.
싸울 수 있는 게 없어요.
끝났어요.
경기 지금 마무리가 됩니다.
어떻게 왔는데?
한지원이 황금멀티의 승률 100% 이어가네요.
황금멀티에서 전부 다 이기고 황금멀티가 없는 곳에서 지면서
부하장 꽂으면 바로 이기는 거예요.
황금멀티의 황태자가 돼가네요.
정말.
야, 한지원, 황지원.
황지원 좋네요.
지지. 자, 황금멀티 북방광물지대에서 부하장 심리전을 펼치면서 최용화 선수를 무너뜨리는 성공을 했습니다. 역장 좋고요.
전멸 컨트롤
때리고 있어요.
자, 레니 왜 들어오고 있습니다. 추가 병력 생산하고 있는 김민철인데 들어가야 되죠.
전멸돼 있거든요.
절반 끊어놓기 병력 숫자 줄어들고 있는 김민철이에요.
네, 굳이 이제 뮤탈이라고 좀 생각한 것 같습니다.
뮤탈리스트 생산이 지금 되고 있는데 불사조도 2개씩 쌓이죠.
지금 타이밍이 제일 중요해요.
지금 소모전.
자, 위로 들어갑니다.
근데 저그 약간 어디 가야 될지 애매한 상황.
이거 근데 불사조의 뮤탈리스크가 다 잡히게 되면
오히려
그냥 차원 감면 없이 막기 힘들어.
끊어잡아주고 있습니다. 끊어잡아주고 있어요. 불사조 이용해 공격하고 있습니다.
중력장왕선.
역장 때문에 좀 막혀서 절반이 끊겨요. 역장 들어가기가 중요한데요.
그럼 이 싸움 이길 자신 있다는 건가요?
그렇죠. 들어 싸우나요?
납치를
이거
자, 진짜
올랐어요.
공이 진짜
흑구름까지.
흑구름 뿌리고 와.
자, 싸울 수밖에 없으면 그가 하나 변수입니다.
그렇죠.
불멸자가 너무 많아요.
자, 뒤쪽으로 빠집니다. 한번
잠깐만 어렵긴 한데.
다시 한번 흑구름 들어갑니다.
흑구름 뿌리면서 이번에 막아내면 되는
흑구름이 잡히는데요.
장현호가 잡네요.
역장으로 절반 끊어내고
민철.
두드리고 있습니다.
자, 근데 이거 싸우는 구도는 저도 꽤 괜찮은데요. 쭉 끼고 싸워요.
장현호
뒤.
역장
같이
좋아요.
못 잡니다.
역장 좋습니다. 역장.
역장. 절반 나눠주면 안 되거든요.
정말 세거든요.
역장에 갇혔습니다. 일꾼 동원도 못해요.
추가 역장 좋아요.
자, 이 병력 싸움에서 이제 버텨내야지만 희망이 생기는 김민철이고요.
장현호 코드에서 가는 분위기인데요.
자, 위로 올라옵니까?
시간 내고 역장.
자, 밀어붙이고 있는 장현우 선수입니다.
밀었습니다.
제제 1년 만에 코드 S에 복귀하는 장현우 선수입니다.
네, 정말 항상 그 경기 이루고
센터까지 나와있을 때 병력들이 많지는 않거든요.
자, 들어갑니다.
들어갑니다.
맹독충.
이어서 빼야 빼야죠. 우려서.
뒤로 이제 비서가 잡고 있습니다. 도로 정면. 의료선 많은데. 다 터져요 의료선. 구덩이로 빠져야죠. 터지면 안 됩니다.
우리 다 잡히겠는데요. 좋았고요.
우리 이제 숫자 유지해야 됩니다.
이것도 이 싸움에 목숨 걸었어요.
한명천 신균 들어가고 있습니다. 한명천
꼭 밀어야 돼요.
두 번째 신균, 세 번째 신균.
예전에도 그 고감카 시절 때도
나오면
이현수
길었습니다.
선수가 진짜 그런 싸움 잘해줬잖아요.
흔들림이 없잖아요. 보시면 꼼꼼하게 다 들어가잖아요.
네, 지금 역시 무리운전 등장하니까 예전에 그 자연하게 느낌으로
제재.
그러면 조금 있으면 테란도 035에 바이킹 되게 추가되거든요.
버티면 되는데요. 맞으면서 뒤에 타락기가
노준규 좀 빼는 게 좋아요. 노준규 차라리 빼고.
노준규는 버텨내요.
아, 이현수는 지금 밀어야 되고요.
도로가는
영웅 빼줘야 되고요.
타락기 녹여야죠.
저 타락기 빨리 잡아주면서
무리운전은 바이킹 때리면 되니까.
무리군주 근데
바이킹이
무리군주 너무
터졌어요.
많아요. 무리군주 너무 많습니다.
뒤에 버티고 있는 여왕까지 있어 수혈 가능하죠.
그 전에 공생충이 지상을 장악하네요.
불면의 무리군주 치즈.
보다 지상에 더 힘이 필요하다는 거죠.
자 울트라와 바드라로 지금 들어와서
여기서 송호는 제대로 하지 못하면
이거 몰아내야 돼요. 지금 흑백까지가
자,
맺었습니다.
그리고 벤시 이것도 생각해야 돼요. 함시건주 관리 잘해야 되고요.
시건주 없어요.
벤시
할 수 있어요.
이번에는 감시건주 대동하고 들어갑니다.
유언표.
물량이 많아요. 지금 40개.
칼리스크.
결국 못 잡았어요.
이제 하늘을 뒤덮네요.
자, 이 심리전의 성공이죠.
네.
예, 울트라 보여준 이후에
제재.